Hello again, everybody. It's David Beers, owner of 39 Minute Workout, and today it's time to talk about the kettlebell swing. I've been promising you this if you've been following this 6-part series. We have so far learned about building a kettlebell gym, the Miracle 3, which we're going to get to in our next video, actually how to put that strength workout together. We talked about building a kettlebell gym for less than $200. If you missed those videos, go back and check them out. They're all about my series of your first 30 days with kettlebells, and now we get to the fun part. We get to start exercising, okay? I am assuming if you're doing this with me, number one, you're cleared medically, and number two, you've done your warm-up. If you haven't done your warm-up, go back and watch that video, okay? It's a 5-minute kettlebell warm-up you'll find in my series. Today we're talking about the big thing that makes kettlebells unique, and that's the kettlebell swing. The kettlebell swing is the gateway drug to all the other exercises, okay? All the other cool stuff we do with the kettlebell, the clean, the high pull, the snatch, things that you might have heard of, build off of a good kettlebell swing. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you about how to, and I'm also going to publish a video I made before about the top 5 kettlebell swing mistakes. You're going to want to watch that also. It's easy to see today how to build it up correctly, and then also once you've done a couple hundred swings to start looking at, well, what are the mistakes? How do I fix them? Because inevitably, the first few weeks, you're going to have some mistakes. Okay, so first we're going to talk about feet position. This is super important, and what I want you to have today, if you're following along with me, is a kettlebell that you can swing comfortably. I talked about that in the prior video, like what bell's right for you. For beginners, 20, 25, for men about at least 35, okay? So, foot width is number one we're going to address. So, when we squat, maybe a little bit narrower for what we call a front squat, we'll talk about that later. But for the kettlebell swing, I want to draw a line from my hips straight down to the floor, and I need to be outside of that line, okay? From there, or if I draw a line straight out, from there I'm going to set my feet in what feels like a comfortable spot. Now, you may not know what that is until you play with it, all right? If it's too wide, you're going to squat. If it's too narrow, you're not going to fit the belt correctly back through there, all right? So, get your feet in what feels like a comfortable width position, wider than the hips, but not exaggerated, and definitely don't swing it like a duck, okay? Duck feet is gonna make funky things, funky problems for your hips and knees, all right? So once I've got my hip width, now I'm gonna talk about addressing the bell and picking up the bell. When you're more advanced, in a month or two, I would expect you to pick up the bell like this, with it in front of me so that I can generate power on that first swing. But I do not like beginners swinging it like that, because you've got to get your feet right, get your butt back, get your chest to the floor. I've elongated the hamstring like crazy, and notice my spine. The spine is the most important piece, okay? Notice my spine is nice and arched. In my warm-up, we talked about cat-cow, okay? On the floor, we got down, we did cat-cow position. Cow position where we're arched and we're looking up at the sky. Everything in kettlebells is done in cow position, meaning when my butt comes back, I'm arched, exaggerated that arch, scooping in the mid-back, and my chest is up. You gotta master and hammer that position to do a good kettlebell swing so that all the power comes from the hamstring and the butt, okay? We're not doing crappy CrossFit swings here, we're doing correct Russian kettlebell swings where the hamstring and the butt are providing the power, because it is a deadlift, if you know what that means, all right? So you, if you're a beginner, are going to put this bell exactly right between your feet. And what I would say is eyes up, butt down. This is how you pick up the weight properly. So I don't care how wide your feet are, you're literally just picking this thing up. Eyes up, butt down, and you stand up with the bell. That's going to be good spine position for you as a beginner. Great. Now, from here, we're just going to work on hitting this position. So we'll sort of do like a half a deadlift, which means you're going to pick a spot straight in front of your eyes on the wall. You're going to push your butt back and slightly sit into it, slightly bend the knees. I feel my hamstring elongate, and then I drive my hips forward and I squeeze my butt and tuck my tailbone. You can put it down if you want. That's the position. It's not a squat. How do you know? A squat is my chest is facing forward. It is a deadlift, so I want your chest facing the floor, all right? So when you push your butt back, straight back to the wall behind you, your chest comes forward. And if you do this correctly, you feel it in one place, your hamstrings. They elongate and stretch. That is a good thing. So again, we're gonna pick up the bell, Eyes up, butt down, stand up with it. Check those feet. You should have put markers on the floor. If you didn't, stop and do that. Pause the tape, put markers on the floor. Okay? Eyes up, push your chest to the floor and your butt back, and squeeze your butt on the way up. That's where the power comes from. In the swing, once we get this moving, I'm gonna say chest to the floor and pop, or in this case, squeeze the booty and tuck the tailbone under aggressively, okay? Next step, drill 2. We're gonna push our chest to the floor, eyes up, keep that arched spine, and just like a pendulum, I'm gonna let this thing swing. Now, very, very, very important. Where are my hands hitting? High in the crotch. I will say this to clients all the time, and you can pause and park the bell up, eyes up, butt down. 3 most common cues I say. 1, chest to the floor. 2, hands high in the crotch. 3, pop. Those are the 3 things to burn into your mind for a good kettlebell swing. So, I wanted to pause there because I wanted to say, we hit that position, chest to the floor, and hands go high in the crotch. If you migrate down here and you start turning it into a sit and a stand, number 1, you're probably squatting, and number 2, you're getting too low for the back. I don't like that position. I want the hands rooted right up against your torso, high in the crotch right there. I've never hit anything vital. You don't need to either. I've never seen a client once rack themselves, okay? So important to say. I know it might seem scary, but. So let's start that pendulum again, and then we're gonna incorporate a full swing, which is just chest, pop, okay? So eyes up, butt down, pick up the bell, chest to the floor, and we're gonna go swing this bell, hit high in the crotch, chest is to the floor, you're staying straight in front of you. Good. Now I want you to go 1 and 2, pop. 1 and 2, pop. 1 and 2, pop. And park the bell. Good. Did you successfully do that? If you didn't, it's okay. Sometimes people get this drill, sometimes people get it better when we just swing. Swinging, the only difference is we don't pause anywhere. We go chest, pop, chest, pop, chest, pop, okay? So that'll be the next step, and then you'll swing. I would say it takes people an average of 3 to 5 workouts with good feedback, all right, to get this position nailed. So, next step, after you've gotten the pendulum, and if you didn't get the pendulum again, it's cool. Sometimes people get it better when they just swing. So again, how do we pick up the bell? Eyes up, butt down. If you burn that in your brain, you're good. All right, so we are gonna push our chest to the floor. Before you get started, you're gonna give it 1 hit, and then you're gonna go chest, pop, chest, pop, chest, pop, chest, pop. Park it at your thigh, stop the motion, sit down. Now that's not how I teach people 1 or 2 months into kettlebells, but for now, when you're a beginner, that's how I want you to do it. Start it here, stop it here, park it or pick it up, right? So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, please write comments below, ask questions. I can always help you. If you hop on my T39 online kettlebell boot program, you can check that out at 39minuteworkout.com/T-39. And I think that's it. Check that kettlebell swing mistakes once you've done this a few times and see, are you violating any of the rules? Are you squatting? Are you bending the knees too much? Are you not getting hands high in the crotch? Are you not popping? All of those things are gonna help you develop a good swing. Turn this into an awesome, safe, fat burning exercise. I hope you enjoyed this. Tomorrow, we start working out. Thanks so much.